Hello, GCC students. My name is Meg Rademacher, and I will be your instructor for your HES 100 8-week course this fall semester. I just want to introduce myself and then touch on a few basics of the course in order to make sure that you're ready to rock and roll. First thing is in Canvas, you'll notice this will be our homepage. Any recent announcements I post will be up here. Usually I post every Monday morning when a module opens. There will be a weekly update. That just tells you what you should be working on and also the due dates of assignments or things that may be important for that week. To navigate Canvas, you're going to go over here. Modules is going to be probably most important for you to navigate the class, but also important is this inbox. That is the best way to get a hold of me. Sending me a Canvas message, I generally will get back to you within a few hours. I do have up to 24 or 48 hours to get back to you. If for some reason I don't get back to you within a day or 24 hours, resend the message as I may have overlooked it or perhaps it didn't go through. Okay. When you click on the modules section, this will tell you all of the basics of our course and kind of what we're working on. You'll notice the orientation module is the first thing that you're going to get working on. The welcome video is posted here. There's some information on how to get comfortable with Canvas if this is your first online course. Our course syllabus is linked here. And you'll notice there is an assignment of sending an instructor a message. You will be required to send me a message within the first couple days of the class. And again, you'll do that by the inbox over here. Okay. Each week, a new module will open. Generally, we will have 2 modules a week. Because this is an 8-week course, you will have 2 modules some weeks you will have 3 modules. It is pretty fast-paced. So it's very important that on Monday morning you get into the module and get started right away. You will generally have assignments due Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday. So lots of things to do. So getting started early in the week is the best way to stay on task for this course. You'll notice week 1, after you complete the orientation module, week 1 you have a health and wellness module and then a sleep module. Modules will open on Monday morning and they will close on Sunday evening. Okay? There are individual due dates within each assignment. For this course, you do not need to purchase a textbook. All of your reading material will be linked inside each module. Depending on the week, you may have 10 pages of reading, you may have 20 pages, but it's all linked here in a Google Doc. And there are other websites or links that you can click on to further the information for the reading. The next thing I want to talk about, just touch on a couple things about your syllabus. You can link your syllabus here or the syllabus plus. It is linked right here for you, and you can go ahead and download that. Important things about this course are no late assignments are accepted. Because I said how fast-paced this nature of the course is, it is only 8 weeks. You will need to stay on top of your tasks. Okay, that means if a quiz locks at 11:59 on Wednesday, if it's not turned in, move on to the next thing. Okay, no late assignments will be accepted. Okay. This course does run until December 12th. We do have Thanksgiving in there, so I'll try to open those modules a little bit early for you so that Thanksgiving week you don't get too bogged down. Again, there are no texts required for this course. Please make sure that you have reliable access to the computer, internet, and then also a word processing document such as Google Docs or Microsoft Word. You are required to turn in all assignments grammatically correct in appropriate college level handwriting or college level writing, and they will be required to be either in Google Docs or Microsoft Word. You cannot send me a screenshot of your phone or your iPad that you wrote in the notes section. Okay, it needs to be in Google Docs or Microsoft Word. and it needs to be of academic quality. Other big thing I want to point out besides the no late work, we already talked about that, is the use of AI in this course. Please do not use AI for any reason in this course. All of the work that is submitted needs to be your own and work that you produced solely. Okay. If I am suspecting that you're using AI, I will give you a warning, and then you will start to receive zeros in the class. So please do your own work. Okay. Attendance requirements for this course, because it is online, you do need to be active each week. That basically means that you need to turn in an assignment, a quiz, a paper. Just checking into Canvas, that does not mean that you are active. You need to actually be submitting work. If you miss a week in the course, I will contact you, and then you will generally be dropped pretty quickly after that. So just stay on track. If you need anything throughout the course, I am very responsive. Send me a a Canvas message. Send me a Canvas message or send me an email and communicate with me if you are having a problem. Okay. Do not wait until 9 o'clock on a Sunday night when your assignment's due at midnight and tell me that you're having a problem. Okay. Contact me on Thursday and tell me that something's going on. Okay. Open lines of communication is really important for us. So I want to make sure that you are successful in this course. So if you're having any problems, just reach out to me. Okay. I already talked about the late work assignments. And best way to be successful in this course is to log into Canvas several times a week. Daily is ideal. Check the announcements. I will post announcements a ton of times throughout the semester. I'll post one each week, but then also I'll maybe remind you of an extra credit assignment you have that is potentially due, or let you know something that's happening on Canvas that might be pertinent to you. Make sure you follow the instructions and complete the assignments to the best of your ability each time. Okay. Those are kind of the basics of the course. This course is generally very fun. Students really enjoy it because we go over a lot of health and wellness topics. We cover everything from sleep to hydration to disease prevention. It's a really fun course. I'm looking forward to working with all of you over the next 8 weeks, and I will see you all in cyberspace.